Bossman show, as promised. I told you she'd join us every week. It's Dr. Vernette. She's going to break down for you guys this week the top 10 things in her mind that promotes preventive health care. Now, I'm going to be the smart one today and get out of her way and let Dr. Vernette do her thing. Dr. V, what is good with you? How you doing?
Hey, JR. I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Enjoying life out here on the road. You know how it is.
I see that. Yes, sir. And that hot weather of, Houston?
Uh-huh. Doing
That's
big
right.
things.
I love it. Well, make sure you stay hydrated and, don't do too much.
Oh, I'm not. Trust me. I got to drink my 8 bottles of water every day.
That's good. That's a good start. So today we're going to talk about the top 10 things that promote preventative health, right? So when we talk about preventative health, we're looking at making sure that we're having deposits made into our lives and our lifestyles that will allow us to see the doctor less for preventative issues, things that can be preventable. So I just have, like I said, 10 things that I'm going to briefly discuss with you today. And if you want to expand on some of them, we can. I'll talk about a range of things that will help to cultivate your mind, body, and spirit, which is aligned with my brand. So the first thing that I like to talk about is stretching in the morning. So stretching in the morning is essential for just waking up your body. And even when you're looking at the morning routine, I actually was talking to one of my clients about this a couple of days ago, switching your alarm from being that beep, 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 you wake up, you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. Like you're in this flight or fight mode, right? So already you've started your day kind of on this alert mode rather than waking up to a peaceful tune. Now, understand that some people have challenges with being morning people, which I am one of those. So
Amen.
I set like maybe 4 or 5 alarms, but they're all still soothing tunes that will gradually wake me up so that way I'm able to receive the day as it comes. And then from there, before I get out of bed, I do a few stretches, especially now in my pregnancy, my surrogacy journey. I do a little stretches because I've been still for the most part in the bed. And so, I kind of roll to the side and stretch my arms, stretch my legs, and then really just sit and set my intentions for the morning, which can look something as simple as I will think positive thoughts today, or I will be courageous today, or today I'm going to do something to bring someone else joy. So that's just setting intentions before I even get out of the bed. And so in addition to that, the next thing is moving your body 30 minutes a day, right? So that comes with the territory of being physically active and taking care of your body. So whatever that movement looks like, whether it's walking around a track, you can climb a mountain. My girlfriend's actually climbing a mountain as we speak, Kennesaw Mountain in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was raining all day today. And she is so committed to making sure that she's living a healthier lifestyle. She texted me and was like, hey, girl, I think I'm going to brave the mountain today. And I told her, I was like, okay, don't slip on no rocks, please, because, I can't come for you if I don't know. But I love the commitment, right, because it's important. So whether you're walking the track or you're climbing a mountain or doing a yoga class or doing a fitness class or even just doing some body weight basic exercises, you're getting your circulation flowing so that way the nutrients in your cardiovascular system, your circulatory system, is actually circulating throughout your body and giving your muscles, your tendons, your organs the nutrients that it needs in order to function optimally, right? So that's the moving 30 minutes a day. The third thing that I would suggest to your listeners are harness your energy. Now, what does that mean? Harnessing your energy really looks into your deep core and you knowing that you are meant to live a life of joy and happiness and love. But we kind of have challenges throughout our daily routine that don't necessarily support that, right? So we get caught up in negativity and stress of the world, and we allow that stress to hold us back. And so the idea of harnessing your energy is really coming in within yourself and making sure that you're creating some pretty healthy boundaries, which actually brings me to my next point. Setting healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is across the board, whether it's professional life, personal life. You want to look at engaging in boundaries that are going to create health for you, right? So if you're in a toxic relationship, toxic interaction, and like I said, whether it's personal, professional, be wary of those people and those things that don't serve your higher vibrations, your higher being, right? So it's good to set healthy boundaries. With that is going to come positive thinking, positive thoughts, positive experience, and that love and joy and happiness that I just talked about with harnessing your energy. The next thing is finding balance in your world, right? So a lot of us carry talent. So you're traveling all over the world right now, gaining coverage for your brand. And, you know, it's different when you're traveling versus being at home. You have your daily routine at home, but you also have your travel schedule. And so making sure that you're staying balanced within those realms are going to help cultivate a healthier mind, body, and spirit. And so knowing when maybe, you know, not to take this trip or maybe to invest in this trip, but making sure that, you know, we're eating properly or that we're exercising while we're away, just making sure that there is a level of balance and stability that goes into all the worlds that we live in, all the hats that we wear, right? My next point is stimulating your mind, right? So that can be really anything that allows you to evolve, whether you like to read or listen to a podcast, read an inspirational book, or attend a seminar. I would say really anything that engages your mind to a higher level would be something that would invest in stimulating your mind. And then with investments, invest in yourself. All these things that I'm talking about, that's what that looks like, investing in yourself. Reserve time in your schedule that allows you to give back to yourself. We are in, a lot of us are in professions that have us serving other people. And so we're giving and we're transferring that energy. But what are we doing to stay within ourselves and within a safe space to be able to give back into our energies, into our mind, reinvest in ourselves so that way the cycle can continue to giving to others. The next one is protecting your space. That's a big one for a lot of the clients and patients that I work with. Protect your space simply means setting those boundaries, right? We talked about that a little bit earlier. But protecting your space is more so knowing exactly what you can and cannot tolerate within your tribe, meaning the people that support you, within your home, within your work life, and making sure that you are very adamant about making an effort to create that protection, right? So it kind of speaks for itself. I can't really elaborate on that one. But the last two is reserving quiet time with yourself, right? It's important to be able to quiet our minds. We're in a society that goes all the time. We are on, go, go, go. And it's like, okay, when do we really kind of settle down and just be still? And that can look like meditation, which
late nights for me.
You know, thinking late nights for you, right? Because you work, like we work a lot. And so a lot of times our quiet time is that late time, or those who have children or those who are obligated to other people, partners in their lives, you know, that time by themselves, it's really important to be quiet with themselves, to be able to hear their thoughts, hear their spirit. If they have a vertical relationship or a spiritual relationship, be able to have that conversation with that higher power within your world. And then the last thing that I absolutely love is exercise patience with compassion. And that really kind of wraps up the whole dynamic of 10 things that promote preventative health care. Because if we're able to exercise patience with ourselves and patience with others and show compassion, show understanding within the life that we live, we are able to be more balanced in our world. We're able to create more healthier habits. We're able to protect ourselves, space. We're able to invest in ourselves and harness the energy and, make morning routines count with intention. Overall, you're creating a lifestyle that's so much more healthier for you. So that way we can create longevity in our life and in the quality of the life that we live. So those are the 10 things that I would suggest for our audience to do on a daily basis to be able to promote preventative health.
I think that's right. And it's so funny, Dr. V, that you got John over here giggling. He's just like, how do you do all these things? Because John is right here with me.
Hi, John.
Hi, Doc. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I've been listening along, and you're 100% right in what you're saying, because I do all kinds of different stuff, right? Different kind of businesses on the air with JR. He's got all kinds of crazy travel going on. So do I. So it is hard for us to find that quiet time. Sometimes you're getting ready to sit down and have a little bit of moment of relaxation with yourself or with your loved one, and something comes up, text message, email, phone call from work, whatever. I found sometimes at a certain point of the night, I just have to shut my phone off, vibrate, and just set it off to the side and just chill for a little while and just let myself be still,
Absolutely. And it's some of those habits are a little bit harder to start, but once you get into that routine, it creates a peaceful environment for you to be able to receive the stressors. I mean, that's really what it is. We always have stressors. We always have something going on, especially in the world that we live in. We wear multiple hats, but when we're able to unplug, right, ourselves from this ongoing world that's ever evolving, ever, entertaining and such, we're able to really be able to be quiet with ourselves, balance, and be there for the loved ones, and for ourselves. And it creates a healthier mind, body, and spirit. Absolutely.
Well, most of my quiet time involves ice cream, JR, so.
I think Dr. V will love that right now with what she got going on.
Sometimes you just got to eat your feelings, right?
Hey, you know what? A healthy amount of ice cream can soothe the soul, okay? I am not against that at all.
Yes, indeed.
We can be friends
with
then.
You both. And for me, it's a Sonic Slushie, Route 44 Powerade
so
Slush.
Good. Yes.
or a hot fudge Sonic Sundae too, John.
Oh,
love those.
Yeah. No doubt.
Love those. But we will not go to the varsity because that would make me throw up and be sick the next day. Ain't doing that. So I'll probably should the varsity never sponsor this show based on what I just said, but whatever. Every time I eat there, I end up in a position like I'm them bugs, John, that be crawling around your door that curl up. That's me when I eat the varsity.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's part of setting healthy boundaries, right? So
yes,
the varsity
indeed.
is not in the best interest for you.
Right.
Not at all.
Exactly. You got to know your system.
Yes,
you do.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's investing in yourself, right? We talked about that.
Yes, indeed. Knowing that, that won't be good for the show or me going to the varsity.
No.
You better believe that. Well, Dr. V, I hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Great job as always for the next week's site segment with you, with John and myself. All right?
All right. You guys take care and be good.
All right, you too. Bye now.
3, Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Folks, we're back on the Bossman show here. We got a great guest for you. You know him for playing in the NBA. We coached in the NBA. Coached at Louisville, also played in Kentucky. Now he's the head man of the Purple Aces, John. I'll be playing poker. The Purple Aces, my man. It's Walter McCarty of Evansville. Coach, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. Thankful to be on here with you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, I can talk about a little bit about this, Coach, but I hear it in your voice how excited you are to get this head coaching gig in your hometown, place you grew up in, around people that know you your whole life, man. So, with this job you're taking about, how has it been with the people around you, the community, the university, knowing that one of their own is now leading the Purple Aces to a new horizon now with you at the helm?
Man, it's been great, man. The people have really come out and supported me. And I've been playing my whole life here in high school and at Kentucky and then in the NBA. So just to be able to come and represent, our home school and represent our community, I'm really excited. They've really come out and shown me so much love. And, the ticket sales have really boomed. And, just the people were so excited about me being here. And it's just been, man, it's just been fun. Like I said, I'm so grateful and so appreciative that the people have really welcomed me back in the manner that they have.
Now, Coach, what is it about the city, the administration, in general, the move to Evansville? What about it resonated with you and your family that ultimately made you decide to leave the Celtics and then take this opportunity?
Well, first of all, just being really familiar with the city and the university. As a kid, growing up going to Aces games, with all my buddies, and they had really good competitive teams, and it was a fun environment, fun atmosphere to come to. So those memories, man, really helped. But just as this process went on, and just really speaking with the AD and everybody involved, man, just to know their vision, to see the resources that they have here to be successful. I think that we have the best facilities here in this conference, and I think that this is really set up to be a special place. And all those things had a little to do with it, but also the community. This is a basketball community. I love the basketball here in Indiana, and I've seen the droves of Aces fans before, and just to be here and to see those people come back out and be thirsty for us to put a good product on the floor, man, just has me really excited. It had a lot to do with it.
Coach, you guys play downtown at the new arena, or do you play on campus? I went there, for the it's crazy down there.
Yeah, we play downtown at the Ford Center, and it seats 11,000 people. So we're excited, man. I think we can really have a home court advantage. When teams come into play us there, and we're excited. Like I said, I think we have great facilities. For a mid-major, and we just look forward to really taking advantage of that.
Now, Coach, for you, you've been an assistant coach for a long time, working with a lot of great players. Mm-hmm. So what's the adjustment for you moving up that want to see to be the head man where you make all the calls now? So how's that process working for you? Now, are you leaning on some of your old coaches who's been college coaches before and old in the NBA, but can help you kind of make the transition for you a little bit easier and smoother for you going forward?
Oh, definitely, man. I'm really leaning on a lot of people. A lot of guys that I grew up who are mentors for me, playing basketball, who are good friends, who are assistants at other universities, but also Brad Stevens has been huge and been key. Danny Age has been key. Rick Pitino has played a part in it. So just really been able to use those guys to really help help facilitate a lot of decisions, and then just getting my feet wet. But one of the big things for me, the number one thing was really being able to hire a really good staff, and I think a couple guys that I've hired, especially Ty Lickladder, being able to have him on my staff and the experience that he has, I'm able to lean on him a lot too, and really learn to fly with him. And so I've just been very fortunate. There are a lot of people that I can call up and that can help me in every situation.
Now, when we look at the recruiting aspect of the new job, Coach, what kind of guys are you going to target to bring into the program? Is it going to be high school freshmen, JUCO guys, transfers, a mixture of all three of those, maybe an international guy or two? What do you think you want to bring in as far as a talent level and also, an off-the-court type of personality? What you looking for?
Right. I want to bring guys who can play, the best players that we can find, and then, figure it out once they're here. But I want to play, really fast, and I want guys who are long and athletic, who can play above the rim, guys who can play multiple positions, whether you're playing a 2 and 3 or a 4 and 5, but just guys who really make it tough on other teams. And that's what I'm looking to do. Guys who can play the type of style that I want to play, which is fast, up and down, guys who are versatile, who shoot the three, put the ball on the floor, become a rim threat. Just guys who really have a really good understanding of the game, but also who can play multiple positions.
OCF Walter McCarty here on the Bossman Show, and the coach of the Evansville Purple Aces with us here. Now, Coach, got to ask you about the non-conference scheduling, Coach. I know that's probably done for you for this year. Are you going to be one of the coaches who want to challenge your team early in the preseason play to kind of get your team ready for that conference play? You're going to try to take some 2-for-1 games, guarantee games, try yourself against the Power 5 team. So what do you want to do for your team going forward here, Coach?
What we've done for next season, my whole thing is really preparing your team to play for conference play. And I think you really have to go out and play teams who can give you really good competition, but who can help your team in the long run as far as what can we learn from the team? How can we be better? How can we grow? So we've gone out and we open up next season when our non-conference. We open up at Illinois. Then we go to Xavier. We have Miami, Ohio, Wyoming, Arkansas State, Jacksonville State, Mary State. So we've got a lot of really good mid-major teams on the schedule that's gonna present some problems, and we have to make sure we're ready to play and that we're up for the challenge. But I think all these teams that we're playing, the Ball State, these are teams that can help us get ready for conference play, where our guys aren't shell-shocked and not ready to play and not ready to compete at a high level once conference play rolls around.
Now, Coach, we got to ask you this, man. I know it's been crazy for you all these days. You've been the head coach up there, so talk to us. What is a day like for you typically? Like, are you in the office at 6 in the morning, calling recruits, meeting boosters, and what is your day like, Coach?
I meet a lot of boosters. Today's been a really busy day. I've probably had about 6 or 7 interviews. I've probably been in front of 4 or 5 cameras doing the game, but tomorrow's day up here, which would be cool. But on the phone with recruits and just trying to make sure that we're doing everything we can to be successful. And I'm always game planning and strategizing with my assistants, and watching teams play and just, hey, what do you think about this play? What do you think about this lineup? How can we do this? So we're just always trying to learn from each other so we can be better. But I'm not in the office at 6 or 7. I may come in the office because it's summertime about 10 or 10:30.
Gotcha. Now, Coach, last one I got for you. I know your former team is doing real well against the Cavs right now. So talk to us a little about what's been making these guys play so well with losing Kyrie, losing Daniel Tice, and losing Gordon Hayward in quarter one of night one of the year.
Well, I think Brad has done a phenomenal job of letting these guys play through mistakes early on and, letting them just really focusing on just get to the next play. So we're at the point now with these guys, they're comfortable. They're not playing like they're rookies or young players. Brad, they have total trust from Brad, and Brad really trusts these young guys, and it makes a big difference. And I think that's why they're successful. But also, they trust one another. they go out. Brad gives these guys a great game plan, and they go out and execute. And I think they're having so much success because I think that they play more consistent as far as defensively together and offensively together longer than other teams. I think over a stretch of a game, they're going to do it the right way longer than the other team. They're going to do it together. I think that's what makes the big difference.
Well, Coach McCarty, I tell you what, man, we're happy for you, Coach. We're glad you got this gig up there. I was good to get another African-American coach leading the team in the college basketball D1 level. So, Coach, best of luck to you. We'll talk to you real soon, man. I'll just catch you around the fall time, see how things are going with your team then.
All right. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much.
All right, Coach. Have a good one now.
All right. Bye-bye.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Back on the Bossman Show, Tower 3-Man Weave is Boss, Beckler, and JC. What's up, my good brothers? How y'all doing, man?
Chillin'.
I hear that. I know.
JC said chillin'.
Bruh.
Man, listen, we were just talking about you, JC. We were just talking about you, right?
Yes, we were, man. I was wondering how my man doing with the Grizzlies getting the 4th pick in the lottery and not getting that number 1 spot. I know I'm kind of depressed for the Hawks not getting number 1 seed, number 1 pick, because had Coach Bud not won those late season games, those 5 games, could have got number 1 pick. Memphis, number 2 worst record, got bumped down to number 4. So JC, man, the lottery set us up for the field, bro. We was hyping in Atlanta, hoping something good. Y'all hoping something good, and y'all got put down the 4. Got bumped 3. So now we got to get Marvin Bagley now, not Ayton or Doncic.
Well, you know, like the way things went this season for the Grizz, we can't do anything right. We can't even tank right. Like this year was just. How you lose almost 20 games in a row and still end up picking 4th? Like I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. But it is what it is, and I guess the consolation prize, you know, you can't get Ayton, you can't get Luka. Bagley will not drop past 3. Atlanta's gonna snag him up. So the consolation prize is gonna be Jaren Jackson, who I think is gonna be a great player, you know, when it's all said and done, but he's just not that name that's going to really, you know, get you hype or get you excited right now. You know, he's a project, but I think he's going to have an impact, you know, day 1. But this is not the flash, you know, that we were hoping for.
Bruh, I'm going to be real with you, JC and Beckler. I think Wild's going to be up again and draft somebody with horrible medical records than Michael Porter Jr. It seems like he'll do something.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's what we do, man. We find a way to mess up every draft pick. When you think about over the last 10 years, the only first-round pick that is still on our roster as we speak is Mike Hunter over the last year. That's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you miss out How you mess up all these first-round picks over 10 years and not the only one that's still on the roster is Mike Conley?
It sounds like you guys are the Browns of the NBA. That's what it sounds like.
You know what? That is a very, very fair comparison, Beckler. I would definitely attest to that. We are definitely akin to the Browns of the NBA, basically, at this point.
So let me ask you a question real quick, both of you guys, JC directly. The NBA draft, and I'm not a huge follower of the NBA draft, so I might be speaking out of turn here, but it seems like it's gone a lot more, even over the past couple of years, towards younger college players, obviously leaving early, but international players. It's definitely not like it used to be. Even 5 years ago, I would say it's really rapidly becoming a crapshoot with these guys. I mean, you're really rolling the dice with some big money on these lottery players, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, because with the NBA draft, like you said, Beckler, you know, these young guys coming out, and then there's always, you know, the guys that later in the first round that probably end up being bigger superstars than the guys that, you know, that go top 5 every year. And so, it's like I said, it's a crapshoot. You just never know. And even with this year's draft, I mean, this year's draft is okay, but it's not going to be a transcendent draft like the 03 draft with LeBron, you know, D-Wade and Melo. Like, it's not that crop of talent. There's some good players, the guys that could be potential all-stars going forward, but I'm not sure if you can point to one guy and say, you know what, this guy coming out this year is going to be a franchise player. That guy's not in the draft this year. So, you know, it's definitely a crapshoot more than ever, even this year. There's no guarantee with the top three picks that those guys are going to be, you know, stars in the future. So you just never know.
You got that right. I feel like the draft, like, I think it's kind of tricky because some of you players don't even play with the contracts that are on 2 years guaranteed, team up in the last 2 years. Some of these guys get drafted, they out the league after 2 years. They don't show nothing. So a lot of pressure on those guys. And I feel like that the CBA did it to make teams not be saddled with bad draft picks, but for the guys, pressure on them right out of the gate. You know what I'm saying? If I'm performing year 1, year 2, I might be not get a deal. I might be out of the league altogether. So it's real tricky, man, with the talent we have coming in. Guys only coming out of AAU programs, playing 1 year in college, coming in the NBA, ain't ready. A lot of pressure on them already, going to be very bad for them. And guys, as a response to the draft lottery, the Atlanta Hawks got the picks. They got pick number 3. They got 19. They got pick 30. Atlanta Hawks, I don't know what they hit. It's all draft picks there for the Hawks, first round picks now. Hawks going to be in tank mode again. Hired Lloyd Pierce to be the coach of the Hawks now, but it's frustrated our good buddy, Dennis Schroeder. He wants out of Atlanta now. He doesn't want to be part of a rebuild here. Do you think the Hawks should trade Dennis Schroeder, JC, and Beckler? And also should they trade Kent Bazemore? I have another name, Kent Bazemore, but I don't say it off the air because I don't want to get off the air for calling him what I really want to call him, but it rhymes with something that's not very nice to say about black people. But okay, so let's just not go there. But do you think the Hawks should trade Schroeder and Bazemore as the rebuild goes in full rebuild after in the AB after Bud?
As far as Schroeder is concerned, I've liked him in certain situations. You know, he seems like he's a very streaky player. You know, he'll go, you know, a couple weeks here and there where he's, you know, you can look at him as maybe top 10. You know, top 10 point guard in the league possibly. You know, some nights, and other nights, you know, not so much. But you know, if he wants to, you know, get out of Atlanta and go to a Milwaukee or, you know, a team of that nature in the East, you know, I can't blame him. You know, this guy's in the prime of his career. Atlanta's in a definite rebuild, you know, to say the least, and Atlanta's not going to be good for no time soon. So, you know, if you can get something good for him, but that's the thing. I don't know if his value is, you know, thought of to be, you know, that high across the league. You know,
it's not.
See a team giving up a first round pick? Yeah, can you see a team giving up a first round pick for Schroeder? I can't.
Not even Kent Bazemore. I don't think none of the Hawks stars are like first round pick net, more like second round pick and a bad contract relief, maybe.
I think that you can get like really good value for Schroeder right now, honestly. Like you guys are saying, you're not going to get – nobody's going to pay a ton for either one of those guys. But Schroeder, I feel like if you put him on a competitive team and he's the guy, I feel like he's more focused in that situation. I think right now he's kind of just feels like he's going through the motions. So he's maybe a little bit looser than he would be if he were in a competitive situation. Because if you remember back when the Hawks were making playoff runs and he was kind of the sixth man or, the backup, he was pretty good. He was pretty consistent and pretty.
He was playing the fourth quarter over GFT.
He was pretty reliable in that scenario. And then once they kind of fell off, and there wasn't really that pressure or that focus that he had to have, obviously he slips a little bit because it's just like a Des Bryant wide receiver. When you're off the ball, you're just standing out there on the island. You're not necessarily doing anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. Well, look, I hate if he left, but if he has to go, I understand that the Hawks are going nowhere fast. Right, I hope the climax.
I hope he comes to Cleveland.
Well, that might be an option with what's going on right now. You're great, Beckler. The Celtics and the Cavs are at 2-0 for the Celtics. JC and Beckler. I want you to the Cleveland perspective of it. JC, talking the Celtics perspective of it. Man, what are you seeing? And did you think the team that was without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, the two guys they brought in to help them get them over to the top from Cleveland, they're playing so well under the leadership of my Dominican brother, Al Horford.
JC, you take the lead on this one with the Celtics, brother.
I mean, it's incredible, to think of the job that Brad Stevens is doing, man. He's awesome. And you think about it, this guy has done it at every level, man. A great high school coach, great college coach, and now to do it in the NBA like this, and just to think that, when they did the NBA coaches, Coach of the Year, voted on by the NBA coaches about a week or so ago, that he didn't even get a vote. You know what I'm saying? Amongst the coaches in the league there. So that's just pure jealousy, pure player hating that's going on right now. But I mean, I wrote them off as well. I thought, of course, they made the playoffs and everything. After Gordon Hayward went down, and then with Kyrie going down. And I even saw them win the first round. But anything after the first round, is money, for the Celtics. But at this point, once they get to the finals, of course, Golden State will win. But who's to say that, Golden State Boston matchup in the finals wouldn't go 6 or 7 games, just based off the coaching of Brad Stevens. You have to give the Celtics maybe 2 extra wins that you normally wouldn't have with another coach. Just based off of his brilliance, you could see that he could probably mastermind or scheme a game plan that would give the Celtics an extra win or 2 in the final series. So, it's just amazing. And the heart and the energy that they play with. You can tell it's a team that likes to play for each other. They're supporting each other. They're rallying around each other. And just they play with a lot of heart. They remind me a lot of the Grizzlies back in the heyday. As far as guys just scrappy, gritty, playing for each other, not top tier talent on the team, but guys that just play well as a unit. They remind me of the 2011 through 15 Grizzlies. Just a group of guys that just play hard and love to play for each other.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that at all, JC. I think it was right on point as far as the Cavs are concerned in this series. I mean, Game 2, LeBron puts up a triple-double in a losing effort. I mean, we've seen some of this before. I think Game 3 is basically going to tell us the rest of the series. If the Cavs win Game 3 at home, it probably goes the distance. But the Cavs are going to have to beat Boston in Boston. They're going to have to win a game on the road to win this series. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Boston is undefeated at home this postseason.
9-0. Yeah.
Yes, they're playing well. It's going to be a tough task. Now, we've also seen LeBron when, things aren't looking to go his way necessarily, like the last time when he left Cleveland for Miami. A lot of people weren't happy with the way he played in that final playoff series on the way out the door. Now, obviously, he played his heart out and had a triple-double. Now, does he come out in Game 3? And I'm not saying he's, throwing up his hands and not playing as hard as he can, but it's demoralizing when you put up a triple-double and you don't have the team around you to help you close that game out. So had they won game 2 with the triple-double, that really changes the complexion of the series. Now they're coming back home down 2 games. You got to win game 3. And, how much does this team have left in the tank after, kind of a demoralizing loss in game 2? I don't know. So if they win game 3, I think it goes the distance. If they lose game 3, obviously, then I think the series ends either in, 4 or 5 games, depending. But that's just the way I look at it. I don't think the series is over, but we're going to find out in game 3 how the Cavs come out in that game, what their intention is for the remainder of the series. Are they going to fight, or are they just going to say, let's pack it in and see you next season?
I think the Cavs know that it's over. The LeBron one is over. I think LeBron's won that door already. He's still going to play hard, but they see, and I think this is going to be a repeat. And this left Cleveland the first time. Last game in Boston, walk off that court, he's out of Cleveland forever until he can come back to retire after his career. Because I think he's out of there. That talent he got around him, JR, Tricking Tristan, Rodney No Hood, George Over the Hill, Teron, I can't call nobody but LBJ Lou.
You remember when he first left the Delonte West storyline?
Yes. Putting hot sauce in my bag.
Oh my God, dude.
Delonte West.
Is there more?
JC, is Braun gone, bro?
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, guys, I gotta say something. I don't know what he's gonna do. Because the Lakers waiting on Kawhi Leonard. Philadelphia don't really need him. And where else he gonna go try to pull a Chris Paul out in and force a trade?
I mean, Houston. You gotta go to Houston, right? Because the Warriors gonna make quick work of the Rockets. So that would give, LeBron all the reason in the world to go to Houston and try to help them get over Golden State. Get over the hump. So that seems like the only logical, destination at this point for LeBron.
Not that this is even in the realm of reality, but what if he ended up with Golden State? Like, it would just be like, just decimate everybody. Like Globetrotters versus Generals every night.
We're done.
That'd be crazy.
I still think he's going to go to a major market. I think that's his thing. He's gone to Cleveland's, a smaller market. Miami's probably a middle market. And now he's looking to win in a major market. Whether it's on one of the coasts or in Houston is a major market. Something like that, I think, is probably the last frontier for him, right?
Yeah, wild card. Maybe David Fizdale, but I don't see him going to the Knicks. But I'm just saying. I can't place it because the way the league is shaping up, Philadelphia, Ben Simmons is good with the ball in his hands. You don't really want to put LeBron on the ball, take the ball out of Ben Simmons' hands. I just don't see a good fit for him besides Houston unless he forces a trade to a team. But signing outright, I don't see it.
How many years does he have left? Just let's start with that.
Opt in next year if he takes it.
No, I'm saying like in his tank. How many years left in his tank?
Yeah. I think he still has a good 3 or 4 years of like prime years left.
I agree, dude. I think that dude could probably play for. I mean, listen, only he knows his body, but he don't look like he's slowing down at all to me. I mean, dude's built like a brick S house, and he's a tank, dude. He doesn't have a lot of injuries. I mean, he's had a little here and there, but nothing major.
Yep.
I mean, he gets beat up, but that dude, he's freaking stacked. So I mean, he puts when I watch him play, he hurts other players more than they hurt him. Even when they're hacking him, when he goes in, his body contact is hitting them harder than it's hitting him. So I think he's protected his body well over the years. I think he's got at least, like you said, 3 to 4 prime years, probably 5 to 7, playing years left, if not more.
If he wants it.
If he wants it. That's right.
If you want what, guys, it's been another great 3-man week with Boss, Beckler, and JC. And JC, before you go, tell me what's going on at Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis, the best karaoke on Saturday night in the city of Memphis. Tell them about it, bro.
Oh, man, we doing big things, man. The whole Memphis in May, month-long festivities going on. We call it Clicks, Clicks in May. So, we got a new sponsor now. If you guys are familiar with Crystals, the sex shop. Crystals is now new sponsors of the Three Kings and Trust Us Records. Yeah, man. So they hooked us up with some swag to give away. And you guys just imagine what's in those gift bags. that we're giving away to the ladies each and every Saturday night, man. Ladies, coming out tonight and get your special gift bag from Crystals. You never know what you may find in the bag. You know, you got to reach your hand in there, you know.
When you first said Crystals, I was like, immediately thought fast food, and then it turned on me real quick.
Definitely not the burger.
It turned on me real quick.
Yes, indeed. Well, folks, get your surprise goodie bag from the Three Kings out there at Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis Clicks in May. Folks, get it in while you can. 2 more weekends of Clicks in May. Get it in. Bro, we're going to talk to you, man, next week, man. Have a great one, JC Beckler. We are out. All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service. Bossman Show on your radio. Time for this week's Boss Report with me and my man John. John, what's up, brother? Are you ready for this week's world of crazy stories on the Boss Report?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. Listen, I mean, sometimes you just gotta pull the cord, man. You just gotta jump out of the plane, pull the cord.
Yes, indeed. You get there right. Well, folks, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. First story is this, John. South African pastor asks women to remove their drawers so they can anoint their vajayjays in church, saying, quote, he's got the power of the almighty healing to release the feeling upon them.
So, he was trying to heal their vajayjays?
Yes.
And sounds like an interesting way of going about it, but okay. So did they do it?
Yes. He wound them up on the beach after church.
Like, why? People aren't very intelligent, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, if somebody asks you to do that, you just recognize it as nonsense and don't, right? I mean, I don't know, man.
And get this, John, is the second part to it. During the, quote, ceremony of blessing, as he called it, the women were required to, quote, tap the faucet, if you know what I mean.
I don't know, man. There's some foolish people out there, and these pastors always there's always these stories about these pastors, man. You gotta watch some of these religious people, man. I'm not saying all of them, but some of them taking advantage of that trust that people put in them, you know.
Exactly. Get this, John. A Texas pastor in the hospital after being rock bottom by a patron after he touched his wife's booty during communion.
I see we're going to have a theme today on the Boss Report. Like, what did she do? Like, take the communion, the host, and, like, he patted her on the butt like she made a good catch in the outfield or something? Like
quote, he palmed it like it was his.
listen, man, you do something like that to a man's woman, you deserve to get stone cold. I don't care if you're a pastor or not, man. I don't care if you're a pastor or not.
John, I got one more church story for you after this. You don't love it. Not gonna love it, but it's terrible. Florida man arrested after jumping into the baptismal pool naked to get him some of a newly baptized female patron.
No way, dude. He just jumped in butt naked.
Yes, he wanted to get him some of her. The really baptized. That's what his take was.
Oh my god, dude. People are crazy. And that was Florida man?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right. Florida man's pretty much whatever. Like, he'll do whatever. Especially when it comes to getting naked. Like, he probably showed up to the baptism naked.
He sure did.
That's pretty much standard operating procedure.
This story comes from our good friend, Mr. J.C. Smith, who let us know that it's right and tight. Angela Simmons has built up her booty and her workouts doing wonders on her newly found colossal MILF after having baby cakes.
Who is this? I missed it.
Angela Simmons, Reverend Run's daughter.
Oh, okay.
JC reported sending her in Memphis that, quote, she's right and tight. Angela Simmons' built up booty workouts are doing wonders for her and her MILF colossal momly and motherly cakes.
So it's JC's. She's on JC's list. Is that what I'm to understand?
Well, he said he had a report for me. That's what his report says.
There's nothing like, oh man, being in the group text with you and JC. That's all I gotta say about that. It's nothing like being in the group text with you two. You never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. We got this, John. Extra cheese, please. Fired Chipotle manager accused of stealing, get this, $626 is awarded $8 million wrongful termination lawsuit because, quote, the money was for petty cash to repair a broken stove.
So I saw this story somewhere out there. I don't know where or when, but the impression I got was that the money went missing. They accused her of stealing it and fired her. Or him. I think it's a her, right?
It says it's a manager. Don't give me a six.
Okay. I thought for whatever reason I thought it was a her. But they apparently she used the money that was quote unquote stolen to repair a piece of equipment for the business, right?
Correct. Out of the petty cash fund.
But how do you not, like, as the business owner, as the owner of the Chipotle, how do you not know, like, there's going to be some receipts and what have you, like a simple question-answer session would have cleared it up, right?
You would think, if you just ask somebody rather than accusing them.
Right. I mean, like, so you own the Chipotle, and I'm the manager, okay? And you look at the books and you say, oh, hey, there's $620 missing here. That's crazy. I don't see a receipt for anything. It's just money's gone. Let me call John up, find him out. Hey, John, what's up with this money? Oh, that's for the refrigerator. We had to get it repaired. It broke down last night. I didn't put the receipt in the thing. Sorry about that, but that's what it's for. I got the receipt. I'll give it to you. Oh, okay, no problem. Right?
No problem.
So she deserves money as far as I'm concerned. I mean, $1 million or however much she got. What she get? $8 million? That seems like a lot of money for that scenario, but whatever, man. I mean, it seems like, you put somebody through that. Who knows how long she worked there? Maybe she was a long-time employee. Maybe she, if you're a manager of a fast food restaurant, JR, it's not like, or even any restaurant, that's not easy work. I mean, you got to be there early, stay late, manage all the employees, manage all the vendors, manage all the health department stuff, the accounting, all that type of stuff. It's not just, show up, punch in, and that's that. I mean, that's a lot of work.
You got that right, brother. You got that right. We got this. We got swipe left, gone south. Woman accused of sending thirstily worded messages. Get this. 65,000 text messages and illegally bathing in the home of the man she met on Tinder during the Atlanta Hawks swipe right night.
So wait a minute, how many text messages?
65,000. And she also broke into the man's house for a, quote, illegal bath.
illegal bath. 65,000 text messages over how long?
Get this, a 6-week span.
Dude, that's 10,000 a week. Oh my
God! 3
God.
illegal baths per his ADT cameras.
His ADT cameras. Dude, I love that illegal bath. You definitely don't want somebody coming in your house taking an illegal bath, man. That's just not cool.
This basically reminds me of the illegal lunch I can take.
That's right, the illegal lunch. JR used to call me up, and he used to tell me he was on an illegal lunch. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, illegal lunch? And he explained it to me. Tell everybody what the illegal lunch was.
Okay, I had a job where I didn't have a lunch. It was a part-time gig, but to record the show, I would tip off what illegal lunch I would take and leave the radio station like blank and nothing there. So if something went south, it was in the hands of a guy who can't spell sail. So I could sell him helicopters, whatever he said, sell him sailboats. But yeah, that was the illegal lunch for a quick snapshot of what the illegal lunch was.
That's right. I remember that.
Part-time producer shift, I would sneak off and take me a illegal lunch to take the show. And I'll call it the illegal lunch. I never got called taking before. Ever.
That was the best. That was the best. The good old days.
The illegal lunch days. Exactly. Oh, my God. We got this, John. Florida man arrested after throwing an alligator inside a Wendy's drive-thru because Frosty came back vanilla rather than chocolate.
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as throwing an alligator into the drive-thru because of that. But if you're expecting, listen, I mean, a vanilla. Who even orders a vanilla Frosty? Like, why do they even make?
Y'all know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in my life, I've never like it's a vanilla Frosty. Like, what? It's just a big cup of vanilla ice cream. Like, who wants that? I mean, come on. I would get upset too if somebody tried to give me a giant cup of vanilla ice cream. No sprinkles, no chocolate syrup, no nuts, no cherry, nothing. Just a big cup of vanilla ice cream. I mean, I'm not saying you deserve a gator, but maybe like a squirrel or something, you could throw that in there.
Exactly. And our final story, John, is this. That foul was offensive, Tristan Thompson. We got this. A relieved and groveling Tristan Thompson bursting in tears after Chloe birthed True said, quote, in between the tears, almost busted me a willy too. What?
Dude, that dude is off his rocker, right?
You about to bust one while you crying over your child being born?
I mean,
why are you even? Why was that thing even activate during that moment when your child is being born, just born?
Like it was. Why would it even activate?
What?
Like it was an Autobot. Why would it activate?
Like why? Like, haven't that done enough damage for you already, my man? Like, look at what you're laying next to crying about.
Seriously, man.
Like, dude, that stick, that joystick you have should not be activated during the time of birth. There's nothing attractive about childbirth, or you should be getting your rocks off about busting a willy. Like, what?
What he needs to do is deactivate that thing for a good month or two, and just stop taking the L's, bro.
Amen to that, brother John. Amen to that. Well, John, in the Boss Report, what is your take on today's report, my good brother?
Watch out for the pastors, man. I'm telling you. Just the pastors. Out if you're listening. People aren't having it. Be careful what you do. It's the good old days. You just take women down to the beach and have them strip naked so you can heal their vaginas.
Not happening, guys. Not in this era in the Me Too movement, people. Not during this time. We will mute you. We muted other artists and people. So, folks, this is John, and this was the Boss Report.
And if you don't know, now you know.